Catherine had always been one to prove herself. She had earned her degree in engineering from a prestigious university, and she had worked tirelessly to land a job at one of the leading tech firms in the city. However, her journey had not been easy. Growing up in a working-class family, Catherine had faced many challenges along the way. She wasn't from a wealthy background, and her parents didn't have connections to help her get ahead. She relied on her intellect, hard work, and perseverance to make her way. Despite her qualifications and achievements, Catherine often found herself dismissed by her boss, Roger. Roger was the head of her department, a man who had climbed his way to the top by sheer persistence, but also by belittling those around him. He never hesitated to remind Catherine that her degree wasn't from an Ivy League school and that she didn't have the same elite connections that many of her colleagues did. To him, her academic accomplishments were secondary to his own experience. "You know, Catherine," Roger said during a meeting one day, "sometimes I wonder if you'd have a better chance of succeeding here if you had gone to a real university instead of that mid-tier school you picked. I mean, really, I can't believe you thought that degree would get you far. This industry is about more than just learning equations and theories. It's about having the right pedigree." Catherine's face flushed with frustration, but she kept her cool. She had heard these comments before. Roger loved to remind her of her place, but deep down, Catherine knew she had something he could never take from her, her drive. She wasn't going to let someone like him diminish her passion and potential. "Well, Roger, I may not have gone to an Ivy League school," Catherine replied, her voice steady. "But I do have something that's more important, an unrelenting commitment to learning and growing. And that's what counts in this industry. It's not about where you've been, but where you're going." Roger scoffed and waved her off. "Sure, whatever helps you sleep at night." Over the following months, Roger continued to undermine Catherine. He assigned her menial tasks while giving more prestigious projects to others in the department. He didn't seem to think she was capable of handling anything more complex. Catherine was frustrated, but she didn't let it show. Instead, she poured all her energy into her work, doing everything she could to exceed expectations, even if it meant staying up late and sacrificing her personal life. One evening, after finishing a particularly grueling project, Catherine received an email that changed everything. It was from the National Engineering Association, announcing that she had been nominated for the prestigious Innovator of the Year award. The email went on to explain that her work on the company's new sustainable energy product had garnered significant attention within the industry. Catherine's heart raced as she read the message. She had worked tirelessly on the project, and while she had received praise from some of her colleagues, she had never imagined her work would be recognized on such a scale. This award could change everything for her career, her reputation, her future. She couldn't believe it was real. The following month, the award ceremony took place. Catherine attended the event in a modest dress, feeling slightly out of place among the other nominees, many of whom came from well-known universities or were backed by powerful industry connections. But as she sat in the audience, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. She had made it this far on her own merit, without relying on anyone's help. When the time came for the winner to be announced, Catherine's heart pounded in her chest. The presenter took the stage and began to speak about the contributions of the nominees. As the description of her work was read aloud, she felt a rush of emotion. She had poured her heart into this project, and now the world was recognizing it. And the winner of this year's Innovator of the Year award is Catherine Moore for her groundbreaking work on sustainable energy solutions. The crowd erupted in applause, and Catherine's legs went weak. She walked up to the stage, her hands trembling as she accepted the award. The presenter handed her the trophy, and for a moment, everything went silent. She stood at the podium, looking out at the crowd, a mixture of pride and disbelief flooding over her. "Thank you," Catherine said, her voice steady. "I never thought I'd be standing here today. But this award isn't just for me. It's for everyone who has been told they don't belong, that they don't have the right pedigree, the right connections, or the right background. I've worked hard for this moment, and I know that it's not the school you went to or the name you carry. It's the work you do and the impact you make that truly matters. The next day, Catherine returned to the office, trophy in hand. She walked past Roger's office, and he barely glanced up from his desk. "Catherine," he said dismissively, "you can put that trophy in your cubicle. Don't let it go to your head. I'm sure it's a nice little distraction, but remember, you're still just one person. This company doesn't revolve around you." But Catherine wasn't deterred. She walked past his office and placed the award on her desk for all to see. It wasn't about showing off. It was about standing tall, knowing her worth. Later that afternoon, the company's annual meeting took place. As Catherine sat in the conference room, waiting for the meeting to begin, Roger entered the room. When he saw her trophy, his face faltered for just a moment. "I heard about your little award," Roger said, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "Congratulations. But don't get too comfortable. You know that a one-time win doesn't guarantee anything in the future." Catherine smiled, her confidence unwavering. "Actually, Roger, I don't need your approval. I've worked hard for this, and no matter what you think, my work speaks for itself. I'm not going anywhere." Roger glared at her, his pride wounded. "We'll see about that." But deep down, Catherine knew she had already won. She had proven herself in a way that Roger never could. She had risen above his insults, his dismissals, and his condescension. And in doing so, she had secured her place not just in the company, but in the industry. This story is a testament to the power of persistence and belief in oneself. Especially when faced with doubt and criticism, Catherine's journey shows that education, pedigree, and background do not define success. Passion, hard work, and dedication do. The story reminds us that sometimes the people who doubt us the most are the ones who stand in the way of their own growth. Success, however, is often the best form of revenge.